I recently purchased the Technica BP 4025, and after a few days of delay, I was finally able to get out and press record. My favorite thing about field recording is the adventure of getting outside. On this adventure, I traveled down the central coast of California, way back into the Los Padres National Forest. I won't spoil where it was, but let's just say I had to cross about a dozen creeks in my pickup to get to the trailhead. And I was the only one out there. I was really just searching for that quiet water, the slow trickle that you get in late fall. Most of the water has already moved on. I wanted it to be remote. I find that when recording on trails close to home, there are always people. People are great, but not when you're trying to record nature. I had hiked for a little while and crossed the creek a few times before I came to a beautiful place. It felt very majestic. The sun rays sneaking through the trees revealed a very special thing in this small pool. The beautiful Central Coast steelhead. It's a very special and endangered type of trout that looks a lot like a rainbow trout. Off limits to anglers, and so I was a little disappointed when I saw some fishing line on the ground next to where I was standing. After watching the steelhead for a bit, I decided this would be a good spot for my first recording with my BP 4025. Take a listen. After a little while, watching the steelhead and just sitting in this very beautiful place, I left this pool and I hiked further up the trail. There's a really neat spot where you can tell that people jump down into this small pool below. This trail really is a beautiful trail. A few hundred feet past where I stopped at the pool with the steelhead, I came across another very pretty spot with a trickling stream. After I realized that the large and loud things falling in the water were not rocks being thrown at me, but really falling acorns, I once again set up the BP 4025 and gave this spot a chance. Here, listen. This location was really a treat, and the falling acorns bring a lot of sound life to this small section of stream. As I hiked farther up the trail to what was supposed to be a waterfall, I saw this other pool that looked very murky compared to the first one. Not water that a steelhead would enjoy. But there was something swimming around in it nonetheless. It turned out to be a handful of California newts, whose little faces have such personality, playfulness. I made my way up to this waterfall, but it was dry. And since I had to get back on the road to take the trip back home, I decided this was a good place to turn around. I will say that this is a very beautiful place in California, and I look forward to coming back and exploring it again if I'm ever in this neck of the woods. Hopefully when there's some water flowing on the big falls. So that's that. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time.